Dr. Ramos, not only is somebody I've known for a number of years, but much more importantly, she is California's second Surgeon General and the first Latina Surgeon General for our state. She's been at the forefront of healthcare equity and community well-being for her entire career. With expertise in health disparities and the social determinants of health, she has dedicated her career to improving women's health, addressing preterm birth, advancing contraception practices, and promoting quality improvement in healthcare, among other noble goals. Dr. Ramos's contributions extend beyond her official roles, which have included serving as Assistant Deputy Director of Chronic Disease Prevention for the California Department of Public Health, as well as the Director for Reproductive Health in the LA County Department of Public Health. She's also an educator who has taught as an adjunct associate professor at the Keck University of Southern California School of Medicine, has played significant leadership roles in organizations such as the American College of Obstetricians and Gynecologists and the National Hispanic Medical Association. Please join me in warmly welcoming Dr. Diana Ramos to the podium.
Thank you so much. Felicidades, congratulations. You did it. Hard work, long hours, and at times, I'm sure, self-doubt have all brought you to this moment. As California Surgeon General, I am truly excited when I think about all of the limitless possibilities that each one of you represents. You're amazing. After hearing those speeches, I'm even more excited. Now that as you begin your chosen professions across the broad spectrum of healthcare, you are making California and the world a better place. Gracias. Whether you're in medicine, science and health, or nursing, you're already making a difference in the lives of your family, friends, neighbors, and communities. But especially as role models, never forget that for future generations. When I think back to my medical school graduation, the memory that stands out is my family. They were all there for me, about 30 people, and that was just my immediate family. Having been raised by a single mom near South Central Los Angeles, and being the first to go to college and then to become a doctor, it was a big accomplishment for the whole family. I know several of you today share similar stories. To the families here today of our graduates, thank you for your continuing love, support, and encouragement. You are the rock that helped make today possible. Graduates, let's give them a round of applause. We can't forget the university's faculty, administration, and support personnel who have worked tirelessly to bring these graduates to this day. Let's thank them as well. Now, although I remember being at my graduation, embarrassingly, I don't remember who the commencement speaker was or what they said. That's why, as I thought about what I want to say today, I wanted my message to be something you remember, even though you may not remember who your commencement speaker was. The message I hope you will remember years from now is becoming your own CEO. Now, I don't just mean Chief Executive Officer, I mean so much more. Change, experience, and oxygen, CEO. Now, I know it sounds corny to use an acronym like CEO, but we all use acronyms to memorize information about diseases and to be able to recall them for a test, right? This acronym will help you remember my message. And there just may be a quiz at the end. So first, the C in CEO. Be the voice of change. Being a Latina whose mother worked up to 3 jobs at a time, struggled to access healthcare and make ends meet, helped me personally understand some of the changes and challenges that many of our patients share: financial, navigating health systems, and transportation. These are just some of the factors that we call social determinants of health. I also speak Spanish and know the culture of 40% of Californians. All of these lived experiences have provided me the foundation to be the voice in recommending and developing health programs and advising on policy that impacts our patients. I am only one of the voices of the lived experience for change. And I oftentimes feel like a broken record when I say, do we have this in Spanish as well? I don't mind being that reminder, but I need all of you to be the voices of change. Don't be afraid to speak up. You have immediate credibility because of the degrees you are receiving today. Your voice is needed. In the beginning, it may be scary or uncomfortable. Draw on all of the experience you have to date and all the experience you gain going forward to inform your advocacy and make all healthcare the best it can be. Just as change is the C in CEO, your experience is the E in CEO. Embrace every experience. You will not always get the result you want, but you will get the experience or lesson you were supposed to learn. And that will prepare you for the journey that awaits you. Now, when I was an undergrad, I started out as a biology major. I was pre-med, and at the end of my first year, I remember my advisor telling me, Diana, you have a 3.4 science GPA. You are not going to get into medical school. You should consider another career. To me, this was shocking. No to becoming a doctor was not an option. I looked around to see who were the happiest people, and they were the athletes and cheerleaders. They were mostly all communication majors. I thought, when I'm a doctor, I need to know how to communicate with my patients. So this major will help me out. I went on to graduate with a communication degree, and little did I know how well that degree would prepare me for the rest of my career. Since then, I have done countless presentations and interviews in Spanish and English, and now, as California Surgeon General, I lean heavily on my communication skills. Take today's medical graduates. Some of you went through match day and may not have gotten the residency program you ranked number 1. But I guarantee you, you will be right where you were meant to be. Embrace this experience, and you will grow and flourish where you are and wherever you go in the future. Also remember, mentors, friends, family, help support you when you have those no's. Instead of thinking of the word no as a negative, think of it as a pivot point, turning you in the right direction, directing you where you were meant to be. Embrace the change and embrace every experience along the way. For me, my goal was to become a doctor and take care of one patient at a time. 10 years after graduating from medical school, I happened to be in New York City. Oh, thank you. So for me, my goal was to become a doctor and care for one patient at a time. 10 years after graduating from medical school, I happened to be in New York City on 9/11 and wanting to reach out and help. I volunteered to provide medical care, but there were no patients. That experience was a pivot for me. I reassessed my life and realized I wanted to do more than help one patient. I recognized that I could have a more positive impact on populations through public health. So I got a degree in public health and started my career at the Los Angeles County Public Health Department. Later, when the opportunity arose to become California's Surgeon General, it was a dream come true. I am making a difference in the lives of more people than I could possibly treat in a lifetime of clinical practice. And I'm applying every experience, everything I've learned along the way. Experience. This is the E in CEO. This leads me to the O, oxygen. Put on your oxygen mask on first. For those of you who are first-generation college graduates, healthcare graduates, you have extra responsibilities. For me, once I graduated from medical school, I automatically became the family doctor for my whole family, even though I was an obstetrician gynecologist. As a Latina physician, I had more patients preferring to see me because I spoke Spanish and understood the culture. For me, this is a privilege. But the demands for our attention continue when we get home to our families, our children, our spouses. We get so busy taking care of others, we forget to take care of ourselves. I remember being on a plane with my then 3-year-old son, who heard the flight attendant say, "Parents, put your oxygen mask on first, and then you take care of your children." My son looked at me and he said, "Mommy, don't you love me?" When I explained to him, if I have oxygen, I have more energy to be able to take care of him, he said, "Okay, Mommy, you need to take care of yourself first so that you can take care of me." Get into the good habit of taking care of yourself. I remind the medical students I teach, it's easier to establish a good habit than it is to break a bad one. Establish the habit of making time daily for yourself. At least 30 minutes, whether that's running, walking, or dancing. Be mindful of what you are doing. Stop and truly be in the moment, not multitasking, not looking at your phone. Mindfulness and deep breathing all help you stay emotionally, mentally, and physically well. I challenge all of you right now, close your eyes. Come on, do it. Take a slow, deep breath in and let it out slowly. Listen to the sounds. Take the smells around you. The flowers, the perfume. Hear that plane going overhead. Feel the gown and the cap on your head. Create the memory and remember this wonderful accomplishment and experience. You can open your eyes. This took less than a minute, but it created a lifelong memory. Remember to do this daily. Graduates, this is CEO, change, experience, and oxygen. You are all the CEOs of your own life. As a CEO of your own life, you get to make the decisions about what that life will look like. Remember to find a way to share what you've learned with those coming behind you. They can benefit from your knowledge, wisdom, and experience. I am honored to be here today to share in the celebration of your accomplishments. I hope that when you look back on this day, even if you don't remember who spoke to you from behind this microphone, you will remember you are your own CEO. And I hope that you will be a voice of change and that you've embraced every experience and you've taken care of yourself, putting your oxygen mask on first so that you have the energy and strength to make a difference in the lives of others. That is my wish for you, and I know each one of you is capable in achieving all of these objectives, and I can't wait to see your amazing accomplishments. Congratulations, felicidades.
Well, thank you, Dr. Ramos, for a most inspiring address.